Blitz Esports releases new videos every week. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out.
Optic territory. They want to get themselves away from this one. Power of Evil going in the middle of multiple people. Cut them to pieces with the blades. A triple kill for Optic Gaming has now to look to finish it off, chasing down the remaining two members. Sneaky's not sneaky enough, and they're going to be slammed together and taken down.
POE on the line. He jumps in, nothing personnel, kid. Gets 4 members, 7-1 in 3. POE is popping off.
I just place my mid lane when I believe I don't need one of the other summoners. So when the enemy has a lot of crowd control and I need a cleanse, I go for the cleanse normally. And if I feel like I can just farm and rise up, I just go for the smite because I think right now it's just a superior option. Well, the first step is always to push mid. So you start level 1, you do a camp. Raptors or wolves, whatever you want. It depends on what the enemy wants to contest. If they go for raptors, you do wolves. If they want to contest wolves, you do raptors. So you start a lane of level 2 instantly. So your plan is the first step is I'll push mid, and then you can decide. Like it's always like a list. It's like a decision. I would say like a decision tree. So your push mid is always the first step, and then it goes into like 2 decisions. It's like, do I roam? It's actually 3. Do I roam on the side lane? Do I ward out for my lane, so I ward, let's say, enemy raptors, so I know where the jungler is, or I go for a camp. And let's say you just warded out for the first wave, right? You run back to mid lane, you outpush again, same principle again, right? You do roam, outpush, or warding. I think the main thing about my mid lane is just that you need to play a lot of games and really need to get the eye on when you can go for a camp and when you shouldn't go for a camp, because I had a lot of games myself where I would like go for a camp instead of going like for a kill, which normally I would have went for, but I'm like, this camp looks like the camp is like forcing me to, it's like baiting me. It's like I could really take that camp, and then I end up getting it. I'm like, damn, that was actually not worth it at all. But that just takes time and just takes practice. So it was like a really common situation. Let's say I go for the wolves and my bot lane is about to get tower dived. I would normally in a real game just run bot and try to help them out and cover them, but in this game I'm like, but the wolf camp is up and I could get the wolf camp instead. If you don't have smite, it's really not worth it to go for the wolves. You can't clear them fast enough and they don't give you as much experience. But with the jungle item you're like, I can do them really fast. Maybe I can like squeeze it in fast before I run bot, but then you don't come in time bot line and your bot line dies, and then it's like, yeah, that was terrible. Most people play it on Talon. It's kind of easy on this champion since you have really fast jungle clear, you can jump around over every wall, so it's really simple and there's not much strategy. If you play it on mages like Orianna or Syndra, what I did, you have to there needs to be a little more thought into it, since you have mana problems sometimes. You need to think about your path. You can't just jump over a wall and then instantly be back in mid lane, so you need to know when you can go for a camp and when it's actually bad to go for a camp. So, but I think that just comes by time. So there was like a week where I just played smite mid lane, any champion, every game, just to get used to the strategy and just to learn it myself in solo queue, because it has nothing to do with your team. It's just you need to individually know when it's bad and when it's good to go for a camp. Well, I already ran it on Syndra and on Orianna in LCS, and I believe we lost both games, but I wouldn't say that had anything to do with the smites, because the one game when I was Orianna, I was like 3 levels ahead, and the Syndra game, can't remember, but probably like 1 or 2 levels ahead, which is like, it doesn't sound like much, but in competitive play, and especially if it's standard game, it's insane. It's like insane, right? Like being 3 levels ahead on your opponent is so much experience that you're like above him, right? And then you have stronger spells, you have pretty much normally more gold because the camps are getting you a lot of gold. You have better base stats from your champion because every level up gives you more AD, more melee resistance and all that stuff. So it's just really strong, I think. Not on Talon, but on other champions it does. On Talon you just start with the 350 gold item, the Talisman, and then you don't care about upgrading the smite. You just keep the smite as a farming tool and you just buy normal items. But on mages, as example Syndra or Orianna, I go for the Runic Echoes, which is the jungle AP item. Since when you queue a jungle camp, you get mana back, so that's pretty cool. It's like pretty nice since you have mana problems before you have it, but as soon as you have it, it's like you can even just stay in lane, queue the Raptor camp over the wall, and you get mana back, so that's pretty niche. It's probably not gonna be as good since you don't get as many resources and you don't get the gold as fast as possible. But it's gonna hurt the junglers, I would say, more as well. So it's like they're gonna nerf the strategy, but at the same time they're indirectly nerfing the junglers too. So I think it's, if I was a jungler, I would be sad. I would be mad.
Haha, check this out.